Hey there, dear Spellweaver community, and welcome back to a new patch overview and card review, because, yeah, there have been a couple of changes in the game, and of course, it is September at this time, so, of course, there is the release of a new batch of cards, and obviously, if you've been hanging around the Spellweaver Discord, as any normal human being should, then you already know all about the new cards, because they have been leaked throughout the last couple of weeks. Before we go to that, though, there have been a couple of more changes, and I'm gonna tease you a little bit. You know, we get into the nitty-gritty, but into the we get into the more into the meat of this update in a little bit. Before we do that, there have been some new card backs, as I've seen. And I gotta say, I really love these. You know, card backs is something that obviously is purely cosmetic in the game. But, you know, it's something that I just love. I don't know. It's stupid, of course, you know, it doesn't really do anything, and it doesn't change the meta of the game, obviously. But it's just a cool thing to have. And, you know, those are the card backs that we usually had. And the new card backs are basically like these ones right here, that are just specifically for one aspect, or that you can use only for a specific aspect. We have the regular Wisdom card back, which looks like this. It's pretty awesome. The All-Seeing Eye is watching, definitely. The All-Seeing Ifko is watching in this case. And now we have, of course, the shrines, the usual Wisdom shrine that you can only use when you have a Wisdom hero, obviously. Then we have the Rage aspect, which obviously looks like this. It's a little bit lackluster, if you ask me, especially if you compare it to the Wisdom one. And that would be, of course, now this one. You can also attach it to this, the good old Rage Shrine, which definitely looks a ton better, I would say. Then for Order Heroes, we would have this, which is, you know, it's humans, you know, seen this all around, also in, obviously, my Warcraft 3 days. And now we also have the card back right here. It's also a little bit lackluster, I gotta say, but that's just due to the nature of the order. Speaking of nature, the one aspect that I'm never gonna play again, this card back right here, which is pretty damn good, I gotta say, even though it's nature. Now we have this card back right here, which just looks awesome. Really love this one, even though I'm still not gonna play nature heroes ever again. That's for Ding Dong damn sure. Dominion, of course, my color of choice usually, because vampires. We would have this one, the logo, obviously, and now we have the Dominion Shrine, which is something that I might consider actually getting. And then we have a Corruption, the Corruption aspect, which is, gotta say, with the Wisdom one, definitely one of my favorites. And now we have, of course, the Shrine, which also would be something that I'm probably gonna get, because that one's pretty legit as well. So overall, 6 new card packs. Definitely be liking those. And then before we get into the new cards, we actually had a balance change. Something that is minor because it is only one change overall. You know, only one card has been changed, but it is still pretty severe. So right here we have the September balance discussion. Note, for our September release, we were forced to make some changes to the new cards from the preview versions for balance reasons. We apologize if this comes as slightly disappointing, and we assure you that these changes were required due to the balance team probably. We can bet that you all remember the last change to Ytix, Ytix, Comsiant. It went from starting with an extra 8th card to drawing a card each time you play the shrine for a new hero skill, which is pretty good, obviously. When making balance changes, we often opt to redesign or creatively tweak the cards in an attempt to keep them interesting in the process of bringing them to a manageable power level. Yeah, did you take that into consideration? I'm a little bit salty still about this, but did you really take that into consideration? How is she called? That's wrong. Did you take that into consideration when you were nerfing Shrieking Banshee to the fucking ground? Probably not. Still salty about that. This time, however, we underestimated the new ability of Ytix Ytix Comsiant to draw up to 3 extra cards over the course of the game, though, without any resource cost. Since then, Ytix Ytix Comsiant has been unanimously dominating the leaderboards, and it is time to address this. So here's the change. Ytix Ytix, the Realm Guardian Comsiant. Hero life down to 22. That is severe, for sure. And now loses 2 life per non-ancient spell. I am pretty sure this is gonna put a huge dent into shamans for now. At least for Ytix, Ytix, Comsteon shamans. So maybe we should consider, you know, us as a general group of people. Now we may consider going back to Advanced Zash. I mean, of course, with Advanced Zash, you also can't gain life, only with the Drain Train totem, but still, losing 2 life for every non-ancient spell is pretty damn bad. And you know, of course, the cool thing about Ytix, Ytix, Comsteon Shamans is that you can basically go down to 2 life and then, you know, still win the game. And sometimes you really need that life gain because you can go for more totems overall. But, that's harsh. It might seem, I think that's a typo. It might seem as a harsh nerf. However, we believe it is necessary. Ytix, Ytix, Comsteon will still be a hero starting with more than 20 life. And it will still be able to draw 3 or 2, depending on how you look at it, extra cards without any cost. It is also a hero available for any color combination. That's true. So we think that with creative deck building, it would still be quite playable in certain deck archetypes. Yeah, I think the Dominion Priest thing is still gonna be a thing. PS, with 3 new corruption heroes going in, you heard that right, we won't be much surprised to find a corruption only top 10 in a couple of weeks. The next planned update for Spellweaver is a big balance patch, so hopefully we will be able to address any balance problems much quicker this time. 3 corruption heroes. New corruption heroes, yeah. You heard that right, and with that we go, of course, to the big change in the game, and that is, of course, the September release package. I don't know why this is still highlighted, because I actually purchased it, but September release package. So let's go into this. Let's go into, by the way, you see 3 Dominion, that would be awesome. 3 corruption heroes right here. All of 3 of them are Amun for some odd reason. But maybe, you know, Amun's Ritual is actually a pretty damn bad card, so maybe they wanted to address this by still portraying Amun as a force to be reckoned with, especially after we beat the ever-living crap out of him in the campaign. But before we get to the heroes, of course, we get into the cards that have been added in this update. And basically, every aspect has gotten 1 card. There are, of course, some color combinations like Nature Corruption, which is kind of interesting, and Rage Corruption. And we have a new Dominion one, which is obviously going to be interesting if we can actually play vampires in the meta with this one. So, we have the Amethyst Scarab, which is a primary, so you can place, you have 60 copies of this if you purchase this, obviously. Has 2, or comes with 1 play boost. He has 1 aspect, 2 mana, 1/2 speed. Kind of solid, it's basically like a goblin. But let's see, primary. So, play boost. Gain an empty mana crystal if you pay 1. So it's a play boost, so I guess, yeah, it doesn't make sense if it wouldn't be permanent, but, okay, that's pretty good. Especially since it's primary, you can splash in a couple of copies of this into your deck, and maybe with basic Despina, 1-turn kill might make a comeback with this one. And also, you know, it's a good body, so I'm gonna make a 1-turn kill Despina update decklist and see if that works. Whenever you gain a mana crystal, you may pay 1 mana to put a Might Emblem on Amethyst Scarab. I think, by the way, I also read this in Discord, and it doesn't count when Amethyst Scarab hits the board, because play boost abilities come into play before you actually play the card. That's why, by the way, Elvish Champion, I think it was Swift when you have 3 or more creatures. Yeah, if you have 3 or more creatures, Elvish Champion is Swift. But, of course, you need to have 3 elves on the board. Elvish Champion doesn't count as a card because the play boost comes into play before you put it on the board. You know what I mean? So, it doesn't come with a Might Emblem right off the bat if you pay 1 additional mana. So basically, what you need to do is you have to play this, and then you have to play a Shrine, and then you can put a Might Emblem on this. That's pretty good. And by the way, this in combination with, if you play Wisdom Dominion and you put Magi Expedition in there, you know, the big crab that grows every time you draw a card, they might balance each other out. I kind of like that because, you know, that card gains 1 energy every time you draw a card. That would be pretty interesting, actually. And you don't have to pay mana for this. So yeah, with this one, you know, 1-turn kill definitely comes into mind with this. The basic Despina Dominion 1-turn kill. good old days, definitely. Amethyst Scarab, good card, definitely. Then we have Helm of Righteousness, which is another primary card for Order. Helm of Righteousness costs, it's 1 aspect, 2 mana, costs 1 more to play for each other Helm of Righteousness you control. It's a little bit like Broccoli, I guess. A card that is just abysmal. I don't know how to fucking play this. Attached to an enemy creature. This creature can't attack. That's pretty good. Oh, oh, 1 turn heal. Do I hear? Yeah, am I hearing this? Yeah, I hear 1 turn heal vibes from this. This is gonna be terrible. If you have 3 Order aspects, which definitely you have with 1 turn heal, when this creature's attack is less than the number of Helm of Righteousness cards you control. Okay, so you need to have more. If you have like Lord Kappa for attack, so you need to have 5 Helms out. You control, sacrifice Helm, and take control of this creature. Yeah, well, you know, mostly, obviously, as I've stated, for 1 turn heal, you would use this to just prevent the enemy from doing anything. But given the fact that you can just attach this to a creature and it can't attack, and it's an, I mean, well, yeah, we have artifact removal, so there is that. And it can definitely, it can help out basically any Order archetype that you have. It can, Order, obviously. Soldiers might splash this in just to prevent like big creatures from attacking, even though, you know, when big creatures are on the field, you can't win with soldiers anymore in the first place because it's a rush deck. But it might help out, definitely. Also for angels, because angels need a lot of ramp time to actually get going, so I can see Helm of Righteousness being a large threat. We have artifact removal, yes, but maybe not enough, because if you just attach this to a creature and it can't attack, that is pretty severe, I gotta say. And especially for this cost. I mean, yeah, of course, you know, you have to pay 1 mana more for each helm that you control, but still, it's a little bit, I don't know. Maybe buff it, maybe nerf it to 3 mana? Because it seems no fun. Because every card that locks you out of the game is no fun. Fuck Silencer, by the way. Remove this card. That should... If they have a huge balance patch coming up, if it doesn't involve removing Silencer, they have failed. So now we have a mix card again. I really like these. It's a nature... That's the one thing I don't like about this. Nature Corruption. Which is something that I never really saw, to be honest. I've never really seen, like, the Nature Corruption being, like, mixed about. But it's a Play Crab. Obviously, 2 aspects, 2 mana. 2-1, 2 speed. Can deal with aggro, that's for sure. Comes in with 2 energy, and when Plague Crab dies... If it has energy, summon a Plague Crab onto the field with 1 less energy. Maybe play this with Spoders? I used to be an... Oh god, come on, really? I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I got a Plague Crab in the end. That is awesome. So we have a new creature type right here, which is a crab, and the Magi Expedition should actually also be a crab. Yeah, so this one is... Where would you play this, though? I'm not really sure. Like, a 2-1 is not that good in terms of stats, but obviously it can deal with Rage Rush, which basically they had in mind, because Rage Rush is a damn big problem. I can't really see, like, Mono C isn't gonna run this, because, you know, it's Mono C. And I never really saw, like, Nature Corruption, to be honest. I mean, it is good, it's definitely board presence. But, I'm not too sure. Also, like, pumping this up with energy doesn't seem to be beneficial, because, you know, it just gets off the board. And then comes in with 1... Now, well, it comes... Yeah, it actually makes sense, because it comes with 1 less energy still. But then again, it prevents aggro to a certain degree. It is good early game, maybe mid game a little bit, to just prevent beats from going in. But that's about it. So, I'm not too sure about this. Oh, okay, we have more plagues. We have Plagued Waters next right here. Which comes in... Oh, it's an instant spell. Okay, so I thought it was a creature for sure. 2 aspects, 2 mana. Enemy creatures get -1 attack, -1 HP until end of turn. So basically a weak Obnoxious Fumes, and comes with a play boost. Summon a play crab onto the field. Oh, okay, if you pay 2. Is it a primary? It isn't. Oh well, that comes as a surprise. I thought for sure that there's gonna be a primary card. So yeah, this one, Plague Warders, obviously with the play grab. Everybody cover your ankles. So as a removal, especially for an instant spell, because that is something that Corruption was definitely lacking, instant spells. -1/-1, you know, you can play this with Obnoxious Fumes, obviously. We can play this with Suffocate. And it definitely comes into play, because enemy creature, so every enemy creature, basically, and it doesn't affect your own board, just like because Suffocate does. And it also doesn't remove, if it wouldn't remove Plague Crabs, however, of course, Suffocate would. Summon a Plague Crab onto the field if you pay 2 mana. So, yeah, okay, so you summon it, so you don't grab it from the deck, which definitely makes sense. But I can't really see, like, a board exploding with Plague Crab. Maybe that's not what they intended? And then, again, Nature Corruption is something that I've never really seen so far. I don't know really what you would play with that. But okay, Plague Warders and Plague Crab, definitely a good combination, though. That's for sure. And then we have another crab. What's with all the crabs in this update? The Nightmare Crab, which is a Rage Corruption, so good old Azaris gets a little bit of company right there, maybe a little pet. Not sure about the size of this thing, to be honest. But it comes in as a 4/4, 2 speed, which can't block. And when Nightmare Crab enters the field, you may pay 2 mana. So 5 overall. If you do, it deals 2 damage to each other creature. They fucking, I don't know, like, they really thought about Rage Rush and how to prevent that shit from dominating ladder, it seems. Even though it really didn't, it was still Ytix Ytix Comseant, but this one is awesome, I gotta say. I really like this one. If you have 5 mana basically, and you play this little rascal right here, 2 damage to each other creature. And I gotta say, the Rage Corruption archetype is something that I definitely want to get into more. You know, of course, we all know Azaris Decay, even though that has also been nerfed to the ground and no one has ever seen it. No one has ever played it ever since. But you know, I'm talking about, you know, just the creature removal that you have with this archetype. You have fireballs, you have fire blasts, you have obnoxious fumes. To a certain degree, I would also say, like, the Word of Pain and Consume Spirit. There is just so much creature removal that these two specifically have. So, yeah, like, a Rage Corruption one is pretty good, I gotta say. Nightmare Crab for 3 mana, 4/4, which is also great stats. Obviously, the downside is that you can block with this, but I think at this cost, and especially for what it does when it comes into the board, it's not a play boost, so you can also get this with Reanimate. You can, yeah, you can also, you know, sack it and get it back from the graveyard. With the slavery thing that Corruption has, it's good stuff, definitely. We have Arctic Shelter Igloo right here, which is, oh, it's a hero. Okay, was that a hero skill before? Cause I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, it's a hero skill. Obviously, you get 1 mana, and then you get this specific spell, and it's that's pretty good. It's a colorless one, which we haven't seen yet, and it's Shelter. It costs 1 mana, 2 random aspects, and it has a cooldown of 3. Let's see how cool it actually is. Put a creature you control under your hero. At the start of your next turn, freeze that creature and return it to the field under your control. Okay, so... Huh. The thing that I want to know is, if you... Yeah, so you put it under your hero just like you would with Keanu Reeves. If you put, let's say, a Sexibus under Arctic Shelter, and it goes on the board next turn, does it still trigger the effect? Just like the same, oh, I just realized something. What you could do basically with this, the obvious thing is, let's say the enemy hero or the enemy player just froze like your creature with power discharge or flash freeze or something. Then of course, and he doesn't have the mana, but you know, next turn this is gonna get removed, or you have like I don't know, like advanced Zash hero ability is gonna hit. You just know it. The enemy has to do it unless he would lose. Then you could put one of your creatures definitely under the hero to just save it. Okay, 2 questions though with that. Number 1, and I'm pretty sure it does though, like the effects of Sexibus, of Mesmerizing Spirit, of stuff like that, does it trigger when it comes back on the board? Because I think it does, which is pretty damn sweet. And the second thing, because I just thought about Prinha, if you put it under an enemy creature, and of course of Keanu Reeves, if it comes on the board, is it exhausted or is it ready? Because if it is exhausted, and it is frozen on top of that, I'm not sure if that is... If it wouldn't... If it would be exhausted, I think that would be fair, even though it's frozen and you can remove it basically with everything. But if it wouldn't, you know, it depends on the creature, obviously. I mean... It makes sense if the creature is Swift, you know, then Swift actually does something other than just, you know, one time... The first time the creature hits the board. But Arctic Shelter, I can see this being played, to be honest. Pretty good, you know, basically it prevents one of your creatures from dying, if maybe next turn they for sure would. And, yeah, the other thing, you know, if the abilities also trigger every time, like the Sexibus, Mesmerizing Spirit, and whatnot, then that is definitely something. And also Lord Kappa. You can basically kill 2 creatures with that. That's a good deal in my book. Okay, Igloo, and then that is the card that defines this update for me. I love this card. This card is insane. Mimicking Alright. We have another Alright, and by the way, there is still my challenge out there. Try to make an Alright deck. It's not gonna happen because Alrights are just all over the place. You can't make one deck archetype where you just focus on Alrights, I'm pretty sure. But Mimicking Alright, I fucking love this card. It's awesome. And 3 speed, that's the first thing that I love about this. 3 speed cards. I love them. I hate playing against them though. 2 aspects, 3 mana, and here's the deal. When Mimicking Alright dies, comes in as 2/2, which makes sense for the ability that this thing has, because, you know, Obnoxious Fumes removes this. How's it called? Not Ray of Righteousness. Holy Radiance removes it. Fireball, Fire Blast, Frostbite, Flash Freeze into... Frostbite. Flash Freeze into Power Discharge, you know, stuff like... basically every removal in the book removes this. When Mimicking Alright dies, however, if it was destroyed by a creature or sacrificed due to a creature's power, Lord Kappa, or the... How is he called? The Bloodseeking Mutant, you may return it on the field transformed to that creature. That's so awesome. And I could even imagine, even though I'm gonna regret saying this, but I can even imagine like going Basic Naiva. Is this, no, it's not a primary, damn. I can even imagine like me playing Basic Naiva with this. Because I just imagine Lord Kappa all the time when I think about this creature. Or even a fucking Phoenix. Even though, of course, the enemy would be wise to not block this with a Phoenix, but let's just assume Lord Kappa, right? You play Mimicking Alright, you go Swift with it, attack into Lord Kappa. You know, he's only 2 speed. This one is 3 speed, so you can run it into anything on the fucking board, and then you just have a Lord Kappa of your own. It's fucking awesome, and I think you can even remove Lord Kappa with a Lord Kappa. That's Lord Kappaception. I love this card. This is the #1 card for me in this update. I love this one, and I'm terrible at deck building, but I definitely want to make... I just want to play Mimicking Alrights for now. It's freaking awesome. It's a cute little fella. Love him. And then we have a Devourer of Worlds, which that's pretty heavy, by the way. Is it a primary? It is not. No, the only 2 primaries that we have is Realm of Righteousness. Realm. Yeah. yeah, Helm of Righteousness and the Amethyst Scarab. But Devourer of Worlds is 3 colorless, so colorless creatures are coming in, which is pretty good. 5 mana. It better be good. It's a... Yeah, okay, the stats are... Damn. 6, 6, 2 speed. Surprised that it isn't 6, 6, and 6 speed. But yes, the number of the beast. We have 6 attack, 6 H Pizzle, and 2 speed. Embody. Devourer of Worlds gets -1 attack, -1 HP for each card under it. Why would you put a card under it? When Devourer of Worlds enters the field, okay. If it embodies a creature, you may put all other creatures and artifacts with the same mana cost as that creature under Devourer of Worlds. Oh, that's pretty damn good. So that definitely puts a huge dent into rush decks. Even though, you know, this card obviously comes into play late game. When rush decks already won, but... Okay, at 3 aspects, 5 mana with that 6/6. And of course it shrinks every time there's a creature under it. That is pretty damn good, I gotta say. It better be good, and it definitely delivers, I gotta say. And of course, you know, late game there are not many creatures that have same mana cost and as the creature under Devourer of Worlds. So you pick one. I don't know if you can actually use it on an enemy creature. I don't think you can. But the thing is, you know, late game, obviously, there are not many creatures that have the same mana cost. Lord Kappa has 4. I think Bezarok has 5. What else do we have? Of course, we have the Spoiled Aristocrat, which comes in as 1. So, yeah, for early game, definitely. But, of course, this is a late game card. And it definitely comes into play, especially with a 5/5/2 speed. That is fucking ridiculous. Damn. Would be interesting to know, though, if you can actually choose, like, an enemy creature. Because if you don't have a board yourself... I mean, at least you have a 6/6/2 speed. That's still pretty good. Okay, so that's for the creatures. And, there's one artifact. Yeah, for the creatures and the spells, the instant spells, actually, that we have. And to the hero skill shrine, let's go to 3 heroes. You know, of course, the Fuzz already made a video about this, and I think everyone assumed the same, that as far as heroes go... let's go into collection, actually. Was it here? Where I can... Is there somewhere where I can just display heroes? Let's go to the deck building for real quick. Come on. Because what we were all assuming is that every aspect might get... Might get 4 heroes, because so far, of course, we had Advanced Alexa, which no one would actually realize if she was missing, because she is fucking garbage, because she only caters to one specific deck archetype, which is bullshit. Basic Alexa, Almaric, and Hermilion, which is 4. We have Dara Stormborn, Advanced, obviously, and Basic, and Elrike, that's only 3. Then also Nature, but no one plays Nature, is also only 3 with Keanu Reeves and Advanced Naiva and Basic Naiva. We have Rage with Burke, Advanced and Basic Zash, which is also only 3. We have Coronis, Advanced and Basic Despina, which is also only 3. And then we also had only 3 with Enoch, Basic and Advanced Nefaris. And of course, you know, Ytix comes in as the only colorless hero so far. And, you know, so we all assumed, you know, maybe every aspect is gonna get 4 heroes overall. But Ifko went with his, BitConnect meme, which is still not dead. He was like, 4 heroes for, 4 hours. You know, Angry Joe. But, yeah, 4 heroes for each aspect. No. We get a little bit more, because... Corruption now has 6 heroes. And 3 of them are Armen. You know, I thought we strayed off from the whole basic and advanced archetype, but, you know, ever since Armen's Ritual, which was catered towards demons to a certain degree, but no one played it because it doesn't really make sense to play Armen's Ritual with demons, because you need to put down non-demon creatures. Armin comes back and says like, well, you didn't like my ritual? Well, I'm gonna give you my body. That sounds weird. But the first one that we have, and this is the one that I'm actually scared about. This is why I'm gonna take a little break from Spellweaver until, you know, the balance patch rolls in. Because this sounds terrible. By the way, I fucking love the artwork right here. The mask looks fucking awesome. Like, Armin is a baller in this one. Plus, it looks a little bit different. The one that we know from the campaign, obviously, is this one right here. But this one was the first one to be revealed. Armin, Lord of Corruption. And of course, his hero ability is Corrupt, which only... the rapper? A little bit different. You need 2 corruption aspects, 1 mana, has a cooldown of 3 turns, which is not balanced, by the way. I'm pretty sure either the mana cost or the cooldown, or both, or even the amount of aspects that you need is gonna be fixed, I'm pretty sure, or gonna be nerfed. Oh, okay, then, was it the case the first time? Because I don't recall that. But you lose 2 life. It's just like Advanced Nefaris. Play a non-corruption creature from your hand. Replacing all level icons on it with corruption icons. You may put a Might Emblem... You might put a Might Emblem on that creature. Wow, dude. So the thing that I'm most afraid of, basically you can play everything. Because you can splash in Elgaron, you can splash in, not Alexa, what the fuck, how's the fucking angel called? Wish Upon an Angel. How's she called? Damn it. Okay, wait, we're gonna fix the little loophole in my brain right here. The one from nature. From Order, obviously. There we go. Antriel, of course. Haven't played her in ages. You can play Antriel with this. You can play Elgaron. You can play Lord Kappa. Here we go. You can play Lord Kappa. You can play a fucking Elder Red Dragon with the freaking Might Emblem who comes in as a 6/6/3 speed. What is going on in this town? The thing that I'm most afraid of, however, is that Corruption is now gonna go into the Rage sort of things, and they are gonna play Phoenixes. A Phoenix comes in with a 4/4 as a 4/4, 3 speed, that can rebirth itself. That doesn't sound like fun to me, if you ask me. And this is why I'm gonna think, you know, the lose 2 life obviously makes sense, but considering that you can also splash in Order and that you can splash in Antriel, Antriel is a 7/7 life bound. I just realized this, by the way. What? Of course, you have to pay 1 additional mana, but still, do you know how fast you get that fucking life back if a 7/7 Antriel hits the fucking board? How in the fuck do you remove a 7/7 life bound? If you don't run Order with Ray of Righteousness, or you don't... Wait, 2, 4, 6, 8. You need to have 4 copies of Obnoxious Fumes in your hand to deal with a fucking 7/7 Antriel? You need to play 3 fireballs to get her off the board. What? That doesn't sound balanced to me, not in the slightest. And you know, lose 2 life, well, I'm just gonna get 7 life back, and maybe a little bit more if I have a considerable board. Fuck me dead, dude. Okay, they need to remove the Might Emblem thing. They need to ramp up the mana cost. For sure. But the thing that I didn't even think about it because is you replace all level icons on it with corruption icons. So what this basically means, not marketplace, what the fuck? What this basically means, and I'm not sure how it works. I'm pretty sure people already tried it out. But how does this work with shifting all right? All of these icons are going to be replaced with corruption. So does it mean that a shifting all right is going to be a ranged, flying, deadly, unstoppable, swift? Because that is not only a mouthful, but that is also fucking terrible. Because ranged deadly. I played with Deadly Archers the last couple of days, which is a Keanu Reeves archetype that I also played, by the way, in Spellweaver Rank before. And I definitely want to play this again. A deck list, by the way, by Maxim Versus. And fucking love this deck list, though. If you have a ranged deadly, it deals 1 damage no matter what, and the creature is dead. So if you don't have another flying creature out, this thing is just gonna wreck shop. And does it also mean, you know, shifting all right's attack is equal to the number of different aspects in your level. Though, everything is obviously removed with corruption. So, depending on the wording, I don't think that shifting R right is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That it's going to be a 1, 5. Because if it's also ranged, flying, deadly, unstoppable, and swift, that's just terrible. But, so it's rather a 1, 2? Right? Or a 1, 1? Maybe? I guess it should be a 1, 1 at that case. Which isn't too bad, but of course the thing is that it's still ranged and deadly, so it kills everything it touches. So there's that. I'm pretty sure anyone already tried this out and already knows how it works. I didn't, of course, but it would be interesting to see how. I just assume that it's not gonna be a 1-5. I'm pretty sure it's a 1-1 because it's different aspects in your level, and this one is just what it gets basically. So yeah. Though, well, no, it should be a 1-2. I just thought about it because you need wisdom in order to play this in the first place, and then you have the corruption aspect. So it's a 1-2 range, flying, deadly, unstoppable, swift. Okay, for 3 mana, by the way. Good times ahead for sure. This is gonna be nothing I want to be part of. So yeah, Armin, Lord of Corruption, awesome hero, definitely. He's gonna wreck shop. And we're gonna take a look we'll take a little glimpse into the letter in a little bit. Then we have another Armin. We have the Armin, the Demon Overlord. And while Ytix Kamsiant has more HP, this one comes into play as on 18 HP, which is a little bit less, which I definitely welcome, which is pretty good. And for his hero ability, he needs 2 corruption aspects, 1 random. Comes in with 18 life, and if Armin would die, if it isn't a creature, put it onto the field as a 4/4/2. A 4 attack, 4 HP, 2 speed. Okay. Demon. Oh, okay, he's a demon. Demon creature instead. That creature can't be moved to the support line. And when it leaves the field, you lose the game. That is pretty good. I like that. So, and you know, with 4 HP, for some reason, I can't see me playing anything other than, at least if I look at the scheme of things with the Lord of Corruption and with Demon Overlord right here, I can't see myself playing anything else other than Order, just for the Ray of Righteousness, because Ray of Righteousness removes everything. Of course, also, you know, Dominion could be a thing, with the Shadow Step Assassin. Rune of Blades into Shadow Step Assassin kills this right off. And then, of course, we have also Lord Kappa, who deals with creatures with 4 attack or less. So yeah, there's a considerable amount of removing this, obviously. I don't know, though, would you... Oh, you would definitely play this with demons, because, like, what happens when you have Portal out? Like, you don't have a hero anymore. Huh. And he comes on the board actually as a demon, so yeah, demons might run this actually. Of course, they used Enoch to heal themselves, but I mean, if this is off the board, then you know it's even better because like Portal doesn't damage you anymore, which is pretty damn good. All right, Armin, Demon Overlord, definitely for demons, I would say, but I can also see this in. Oh, which one would... Like, Mono Corruption, he won't replace Mono Corruption, though. Because with this one, obviously, you want to splash in, like, Entriels, Elgarons, whatever, Lord Kappa, fucking Elder Red Dragons, stuff like this. So this isn't gonna remove Mono C. This one could remove Mono C as well. I can see this work, actually, on Mono C. The only life gain that you have, obviously, with Mono C is Sexibus. But, you know, just go with the frickin'... Go with the Arctic Shelter, with the Igloo right here. And then, you know, you have a 4/4/2 speed. Why not? Pretty good. And then... So this one, I definitely approve. I think this one is pretty balanced. Maybe put it down to 3 HP, so you can actually fireball it, you know, just to make sure. But then, you have Armin, the Immortal. So this is the one that we actually know from the campaign. So he has risen again, which is pretty good to see. Armin the Immortal comes in at 20 HP Pizzle. For his hero ability, he needs... Oh, by the way, It says right here, you can no longer use hero skills. Oh, okay, so yeah, that's a downside, obviously, but yeah, you can't also use this over and over again, I'm pretty sure. So once it is on the, yeah, if it isn't the creature, yeah, so there's that. So Armin the Immortal comes in, or for his hero ability, he needs 2 corruption aspects, 1 random, oh my god, 3 mana and a 8-round cooldown. What is it gonna be? Transform Armin into another hero of your choice, except that all level icons on that card, again, become corruption. Gain 6 life? Gain 6 life, and you can choose, you can transform into any other hero? Yeah, okay, it makes sense that all level icons on that card become corruption, because if you, like, go for, Advanced Alexa, why in the fuck would you do that in the first place? But if you would, then you couldn't use Angelic Call, because, you know, you need order levels for that. So yeah, that makes sense. Fuck. There could be, that could be troublesome. But of course, so if you reincarnate, if you use this and transform into another hero, can you only do it once? Because if you let's say you transform into Advanced Zash for instance, let's say basic for Coronas, you go for Coronas, and then of course your hero ability would be the Raven thing, and then you have the 2. Let's say you just went for Soul Prison. For hero spells, you went for Soul Prison and for Mausoleum of the Damned. So then you don't have reincarnate anymore, but you have the Raven, you have Soul Prison, and you have Mausoleum of the Damned. So you can't reincarnate again. You can only do it once per game, I think, right? So, but why 6 life though? I mean, yeah, of course, it's 3 mana, it's 3 aspects. It's not. And you also, during the stage, you need to actually develop a board so you don't die. But it seems... I really don't know what to think about it. I really need a little bit of time to actually see how this works in ladder. But it's... Just on the surface, it seems a little bit OP to me. Especially the 6 life thing. I mean, yeah, of course, you know, it takes a lot of time to actually get this going, as I've stated, but... Still, the 6 life thing is odd. Maybe Corruption Priest is gonna become a thing, but I'm not too sure. But reincarnate Armin the Immortal, But yeah, transform this one into any other one. It's pretty interesting, I gotta say. It's pretty damn interesting. Alright, that's the last corruption hero that we have with this update. And let's just take a quick glimpse, I'm kind of scared, into the leaderboards, and let's see how many corruption we have right here. Ifko already mentioned that it's gonna be probably dominated by corruption. Not only because, you know, there are new heroes out there, but that only cater towards corruption, but also because, you know, they are new heroes, so you just need to try them out. Okay, it's not as bad as it was with Ytix Ytix Comp. Damn. Okay, the Ytix Ytix Comp still dominates, sort of. Even though with the nerf, even though maybe some of these people haven't played too much just yet. But we have 1 Immortal, 2 Immortal, 3 Immortal. We have 1 Lord of Corruption and another Immortal. So Armin the Immortal definitely reigns supreme for now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 Immortal Armins and 1 Lord of Corruption. Still though, you know, Ytix, Ytix Comp, we have Hermilion, we have Advanced Zash. This one is gonna be changed pretty soon, by the way, I gotta say, because of the fucking garbage. But yeah, it's still pretty diverse. Also a little bit further down right here. So, you know, then again, these cards have only been released like 2 days ago, so there's probably gonna be a shift, and there's gonna be a lot more Immortal Armins coming in right here. But definitely, the thing that, damn it, the thing that I love the most, or the hero that I like the most actually, would be this one. The Demon Overlord. You know, I'm not too hyped for demons overall, but I know the Fuzz is, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna be using this one. And if the patch rolls out, if, you know, things have cleared up a little bit, if the dust and smoke has settled, and the cards have been nerfed or buffed, maybe. I'm gonna play again, obviously. I'm not gonna play now, because I don't know what to do with the new cards, to be honest, because, you know, I'm terrible at deck building, but this one, Demons, I'm definitely consider playing Demons a lot with, you know, the Demon Overlord right here, which is pretty good. You know, you don't take damage from the portal, and you have a 4/4/2 speed. Oh wait, you can't move this to the support line, but you have, what was it? On nature you have Mantle of the Winds, I think it was, that it gives +1 speed to a creature and moves it to the support line as a flying creature. Would be interesting to see how that works out, but that means it is at 3 speed. So nature corruption, my friends. Nature corruption. Oh, and nature corruption. You see something right here? We have the plague crabs and we have the plagued waters. That could be something. I see some combinations now. Damn. And of course, you know, Amethyst Skyrap, as I said, I'm gonna make a 1-turn kill list again with basic Despina. Also, I already played this, by the way, also in Deck Tech and Tryouts, so definitely watch out for this. It's gonna be a similar one, and this one is also a primary, so yeah. We have some bodies on the board to protect us before we actually hit the board with the dragon. Pretty good. And then, of course, you know, here, the Lord of Corruption, the Might Emblem thing right here fucking triggers me. 7/7 Entriel, 7/7 Elgoron. Fucking, what is Bezarok? 3/4? Was it a 3/4? So it would be a 4/5. What else do we have? A Phoenix would be a 4/4 that rebirths to a 3/3 with fucking 3 speed. Oh, and also, the Paladin. The Plagued Paladin is also gonna be a thing with this. And, oh my god, the fucking Catacomb Keeper. How could I forget about that guy? He only requires... Yeah, oh my god. Every icon is removed with a corruption icon. So basically, you play the Catacomb Keeper with corrupt, and you don't have to discard 1 card. That is pretty damn good. I mean, before, of course, you only had the Wisdom Corruption archetype with New Horizons. You had to discard 1 card, which wasn't a big deal, but now you have to... You only have to pay 2 life to draw... Let's say you have 4 aspects to draw 4 cards and have a 3/3/2 speed on the board. Damn. That's gonna be an interesting meta that we're gonna live in. That's for ding dong damn sure. Oh yeah, it comes as a 4/4. Never mind, he has a Might Emblem. I forgot. And you also don't have to pay the Tainted for this. Okay, I'm liking it. So with Arm and Lord of Corruption, yeah, the Paladin. The Paladin is gonna be interesting. Paladin and Catacomb Keeper. Definitely mark my words. And fucking Phoenixes. We're gonna see a bunch of Phoenixes, I'm pretty sure about that. So yeah, that was it for this little escapade. How long has this been going on? Yeah, 48 minutes. There could only be like 3 cards on the release, and I already would spend like maybe half an hour going on a limb about this. But you know, that's the beauty of things. So we have a balance change to Ytix Cities Comsion. Actually, let me... It should be in the game already. Let's check this out. Not this one. Hero... Yeah, it has been changed. So 22 HP now for Ytix Cities Comsion, and whenever you gain a new hero skill, draw a card. And when you play a non-ancient spell, lose 2 lives. So, what this means, Purple Priests, that was the name, sorry, not the Minion Priests, but Purple Priests. A little bit weaker, I would say. Takes a little bit of more time to actually get this going now. And also for Shamans, maybe people are gonna... With that, of course, I mean me, because I fucking love Shamans. Maybe we need to go back now to Advanced Dash. Who is a good fella, you know? Wiping the board. Doesn't sound too bad to me. That. And then, of course, the batch of new cards. Already set my piece. I'm hyped for these cards. I freaking love them. I love most of them. I hate some of them. I definitely hate the fucking Helm of Righteousness and the fact that fucking 1-turn heal is gonna be a thing. Mimicking Alright is definitely my boo-boo. Can't believe I said that, but I fucking love this card. Definitely. Mimicking Alright is gonna be... It's gonna add... Come in my favorites, you little rascal. you're just awesome. And of course, Amethyst Scarab. So yeah, as I stated, 1 turn kill. Gonna make a deck about that. I'm gonna do my best and try to make a Mimicking Alright deck as well, because that card is just awesome. It's just freaking great. And then Nature, I'm gonna go back to this even though, you know, I never learned my lesson. But Nature, Corruption with good old Amen and Demons. That would be the decks that I would cater towards to, and then I'm gonna try to make, and maybe even play in this meta. We're gonna see. But yeah, this one with Nature, you can play a fucking Elgaron without even using Nature aspects. It's freaking legit. That's damn legit. But yeah, that was it. Honestly, the Lore of Corruption is the one that intrigues me the most. The Immortal one is just gonna be terrible to play against. Demon Overlord is awesome with demons, obviously, and Lord of Corruption is just the greatest. So yeah, we're gonna see in a bunch of days. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see this top 10, maybe even the top 20, being filled with Amens. Mostly the Immortal, obviously, seems to be maybe we have many people that listen to Evanescence in the Spellweaver scene. I'm not too sure, but that has been it. I'm gonna make this too long, obviously. But I love these cards, I gotta say. Now that I looked more into them, I can see some combinations that would be pretty damn awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna see you in the next Spellweaver ranked episode, obviously. But before that, where we might see ourselves in the next little update. Was it a September update? Let me actually check that again real quick. With 3 new Corruption heroes going in, we won't be much surprised to find a Corruption only top 10 in a couple of weeks. The next planned update for Spellweaver is a big balance patch, so hopefully we will be able to address any balance problems much quicker this time. So maybe at the end, maybe after Masters? Let me check actually at the time of this recording. 15 days, maybe after Masters, maybe before. Maybe after Masters would actually be better. We're gonna see a big balance patch, so we're gonna see about that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Let me know in the comments below, by the way, if I had any questions. Definitely make sure to answer them below. And yeah, that was it for this little patch overview and card reveal. Review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next Spellweaver related video.